There's a lot to discuss from Game 2, but first, the Heat set the tone out the gates with their defense. It started with the team making two matchup adjustments, putting Butler on Murray and Love on Gordon for size. But the real difference was their physicality in taking away the others, just sitting on shooters and forcing Yoke to beat him 1-on-5. It's an effective game plan, and it reminded me of the last loss against the Suns in Game 4. Except the Heat were more physical, and even though Yoke was making his shots, the looks weren't as clean. But it's Yoke, and he's still going to get his regardless of his matchup. Adebayo did as good as one can and held him to 8 of 17 shooting. Love had a couple good rotations on the help, but Zeller was barbecue chicken all night. Each time he subbed in for Adebayo at the end of the first or third, he got cooked. But the worst was in the last 3 minutes of the third. That's when Yoke scored 8 of his 18 in the quarter, and this put the Nuggets up 8. The team took control of the game during that stretch entering the fourth. But even though the Nuggets led throughout the second and third, the lead never felt secure. The team had no rhythm on offense, and Yoke was exhausted after the third. The Heat exploited that with their zone to start the fourth, and it worked early, just having their guards front and deny Yoke the middle. The Nuggets couldn't generate shots and went 0 of 3 with 3 straight turnovers. That's what led to the Heat taking the lead. But after that stretch, the Nuggets shot 9 of 13 behind Murray and Yoke generating quality shots, just finding openings in the Heat zone. If it wasn't that, it was Yoke's effort on the O-boards that led to 2 crucial buckets down the wire, including the second big tray from Murray. The team had a chance to force OT, but there's things to go over on the last possession. I can understand the Nuggets' decision not to call timeout after the stop. The Heat's half-court defense was a problem, and Murray had Vincent coming down in transition. But the issue here was Yoke setting the high screen. It's a natural instinct for their two-man game, but in this situation, it brought Butler into the play for a switch onto Murray. That's what the Heat wanted, and now the team's got the proper matchup. Murray lost his advantage at this point, and Butler poking at the ball took away his pass for Yoke on the roll. Maybe Malone could have called a timeout in this instance, but Murray's in the middle of his move, and he still got to his spot. It just didn't fall, and if it did, it wouldn't be a discussion. I'm more surprised that he didn't foul here after he hit 2 straight trays. But the real reason the team lost was on the defensive end.